Morning, Facebook. How are we? So I am waiting for the kettle to boil this morning, and I have basically been asked by about 10 people this week to remind the group what the kind of quick fire highlight details are from a compliance perspective for setting up a sourcing company. Now, you all know that I absolutely recommend, advocate that you all read Tina Walsh's book. So Tina Walsh is my compliance advisor. So everything I'm talking to you about today, Tina Walsh has taught me. So if you want to go straight to the horse's mouth, then Tina Walsh will be able to. She actually wrote the book on it, the only book that there is. She is the author of it, and so she's taught me everything I know on this topic. But to do a little quick fire Friday morning, answer your questions. So those of you that are working on this stuff over the weekend, I just wanted to answer the questions. Morning, Jane. Morning, Nikki. How are you guys? Morning, Donnie. How are you? Happy Friday to you. So the key things are, morning Sue Morton and Sue Morton's daughter, if she's there, because I know that you listen in sometimes. Okay, so there's 4 key things that you need to have, right? The first one is you need to have professional indemnity insurance that is fit for broking property deals. Okay, so the reason I say that's fit for broking property deals is because not all professional indemnity insurance products are the same. Okay, morning Angie, morning Suki, how are you guys? Not all professional indemnity products are the same. What that basically means is, if your insurer doesn't know what you're actually doing in your business and there was ever a claim, now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now, if they weren't aware that what you were actually doing is packaging up and trading property investments, then it's very unlikely that you're going to be covered for that activity, because most professional indemnity insurance products wouldn't go into kind of the investment world like we do. Now, obviously, we are a consultant, so we're not ever recommending, we're not FCA regulated, we're not recommending, we're not advising. All we're doing is positioning information. There is a very, very thin line between the two. And so what insurance companies worry about is whether or not they understand the activity that you are doing in your business day to day, so that actually you are covered in the right way. So professional indemnity insurance must be fit for broking property investments. Okay, now that stays for if it's a rent to rent, if it is a development, if it's land, if it's below market value houses, I don't care what it is. If you are going to be broking, so you're basically acting as a consultant, the middleman between the buying and selling of property, then you need to have fit for broking professional indemnity insurance. Okay, so that's number 1. Now, if you guys need a recommendation of where to get that, we partner with a business called the Property Insurance Hub, a chap called Richard. He actually sponsors our events, which is amazing, which is why we're able to put on not him, just the company sponsors, not him, just him, the actual company sponsor all Cogito Wealth events. So the fact that we can put on free events for you guys is because the insurance guys sponsor us, because they've got absolute faith and trust in what we do, what we teach, and what we train is the right way of doing things, that actually they're confident that the clients we put in front of them are going to be the people they want to actually sell their professional indemnity insurance to. That's the really simple link up. So professional indemnity insurance that's fit for broking. Okay. The second thing you have to have, okay, and this is for any business, this isn't just for us, by the way, is data protection. Yeah, you need to be registered with the Information Commissioner's Office for data protection. Data protection regulation, I think it's called. I can't quite remember, to be honest, but you need to register with them. It costs £35 a year, which is not very expensive. And what they do is they give you a code of conduct that they want you to follow. And if you follow it, you'll be fine. It means that you'll be looking after data in the right way. There's a real common sense rule to this, guys. You know, none of us like being spammed. None of us like getting the stupid sales calls in the middle of like dinner. You know, none of us like getting bombarded with text messages, all that sort of stuff. Okay, so it's really important that you get registered with data protection, and that you then follow the code of conduct that they give you. Now, it does change from time to time, so you obviously need to make sure that you are keeping on top of it, but it's an annual registration, so you can renew it every year, and actually it's automatic. You can just pay again every year. They keep you up to date with what's happening in the rules. You know, this year we had the big GDPR changes in May, I think it was. The ICO and the information that came out from them was really helpful to be able to kind of make sure your business was set up in the right way. So that's the second thing. Let me just get rid of this notification. The third thing you absolutely have to have is you need to be registered with one of the property redress schemes, okay? Now, in law, a property deal sourcer, property packager, property broker, whatever you want to call us, wholesaler, we're called in America. If you want to do that job, the law defines you as an agent, okay, as basically an estate agent. And that's basically from the Estate Agency Act. There is a definition of what estate agency type work is and how it's defined. And in the Estate Agency Act, it's defined as the negotiation in the buying and selling of real estate and other types of buildings like agricultural and stuff like that. Because that is what we do, ultimately, we negotiate one side to the other, we sit in the middle. All right, we get paid in a different way to an estate agent, but that's all we're really doing. We're governed by the same rules as the estate agent. So the property redress scheme, there's two key ones. There was three, but I think, well, there is three, but I think there's talk of bringing them all into like one big giant ombudsman now. But you can choose which one you go to. I'm a member of the Property Ombudsman. I've got no affiliation with them particularly. That's just the one that I chose when I started. It is a bit more expensive than the other ones, but your claims and things are all included with that one. So if there was ever a claim or anyone did make a complaint against you or escalated anything for you, then your claims are included with the TPO. Whereas with the Property Redress Scheme, the Ombudsman services, they're not. And so actually for me, it was just the sensible choice. But you can choose any three of those. You don't have to do the same one as me. And then the fourth thing is anti-money laundering regulation. Okay, so you need to register with HMRC, and I'll be honest, it takes a bloody ages. It's a pain in the bum because there is such a there's been such an increase in the number of people applying for this stuff. They've got a massive backlog. One of my clients who applied for their AML about a year ago just got it last month, so it's taken a long time. My understanding and the conversations I've had with them, and again, you should check this out of HMRC yourself, so don't take this as gospel, but my conversation that I had with them, which was, if your application's in and you are trading compliantly with their rules, you can trade before you get the piece of paper back. That's what they told me. I'm not going to say that is definitely the case. You definitely need to check this out with HMRC yourselves, but that is the position that I'm taking on it. My AML is, I've got it now, but the conversation I had with them back in the day before I got mine was that I could trade provided my application was in and I was trading compliantly to their rules. So yeah, it's going to take maybe a year to get your application back, but as long as you're working to the rules they give you, then you should be okay, but check with them first. Disclaimer, that is not advice or recommendation. The recommendation is to check with HMRC. And anti-money laundering, the reason we have to register with those is because our industry is very much in the spotlight, let's say, for people who want to launder money. They use people like us, agents and things like that, to clean their dirty money. And so what we have to do is take best endeavours to make sure that all the money that we're dealing with is coming from a safe and secure and legitimate place. And this is why investors, those of you that are my investors on the list here who are watching in or will see this video, that's why we have to ask you for your ID. It's why we have to ask you for your proof of address. It's why we have to ask you for proof of funds and where the funds have come from. We have to see evidence of all those things because the law makes me do that. It's not because I'm just being nosy, and it's not because I'm being a pain in the arse, although some of you think it is. It isn't. It's because HMRC tell me that I have to do it. Now, if you are setting up as a property sourcer, a packager, broker, whatever you want to call us, your legal responsibilities is that you do all four of these things as well. And if you don't, the fines are astronomical. They're huge, to the extent that actually for anti-money laundering breaches, the punishments can be jail. Yeah, I just wouldn't bother. Just register. It costs like 200 quid. Then it's done. You just follow their guidelines. It's really simple. So my kettle's boiled now, and I really just wanted to run through that really quickly this morning before I go and get on with my day. I hope it's been helpful. Those of you that have asked me, I promised you I would put a video up, so here it is. If you guys have got any more questions or anything about this, please just put it in the comments. For those of you that I'm going to see tomorrow morning, Property Made Simple is happening in the morning. I'm very excited about it, as I always am with these things. We'll be kicking off, opening the doors at 8:15. So please be bright and early so that we can get you registered, get you in, get you a coffee, get you all set up, ready for you guys to come and learn loads. Sorry. I'm hoping that my cough's gone a bit more by tomorrow. Also, just a last little tiny thing. I've launched a little offer this morning. I'm running a marathon, which a lot of you will know, some of you won't know, but I'm actually running London Marathon in April. I've got a target to raise £2,500 minimum for my charity. My charity is Willing Hospice in Milton Keynes. So what I've posted today on Facebook is that anybody who's coming tomorrow, if you will sponsor me £19, 19, I will give you one of our 97 plus VAT USB training, like home study USBs, for you to take home tomorrow and obviously add to everything that you learn tomorrow. All I need you to do is to take a screenshot of the Just Giving page and post it and tag me so that I know that you've sponsored me the £19, and then I will make sure that that USB is there ready and waiting for you when you arrive tomorrow morning. So let's help each other, right? Have an amazing Friday. I will catch you tomorrow, those of you that are coming. Those of you who are not, you're missing out. It's going to be an amazing day. We've got so much stuff packed in content-wise. I'm really looking forward to it, and have a lovely weekend for those of you that I won't see, and I'll catch up with you next week, probably.